Hi, my name is Maxine Samone. I'm here to share a touch of Venus with you, running into a collective message. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. I'm going to do my best to stay in flow and tend to the comments as I feel called to. Okay. We're going to get some sage going. I do have a few downloads around silence. The past few readings we've been talking about the last one? I was saying from word to world. There's a card that came out that said from word to world. Your throat chakra may be getting activated, or you may have been going through this throat chakra activation. And with that, you're being gifted the power to create your reality or recreate your reality, I would say. Rewrite a story. Feels like roads are clear. And it's funny, I'm wearing this yellow shirt. Whenever I think of road opening, I think of yellow, solar plexus energy, And the download around silence came because the past few readings to this collective or the collective that I've been reading for, maybe I'm tapping into a new collective. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into the cards. But I was seeing that doing everything in your power to not get clear, there could be a lot of noise, a lot of people talking around you and entertaining conversations you don't really need to be entertaining, kind of taking away from this creative potential and then creating blocks that don't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's not giving catastrophe or tower moment or anything like that just yet, but it is giving that you could potentially invite that energy in if you're not being very intentional, because right now the roads are open. You know what I'm saying? We're in leadership energy. We're forgiving ourselves for the times where we misconstrued what our leader was trying to get us into, meaning that we blamed our inner leader. I saw Queen Cup covering this, and I love her readings. Queen Cup on YouTube, you should check her out. She was saying forgiving our inner leader, we might have turned on our inner leader, because we're dealing with Aries energy, turned on our inner leader for leading us to places that we didn't want to go to consciously. However, our higher self knows that we can get through those things and cultivate the lessons, cultivate the characteristics we need in order to manifest the life that we want to live, right? So we never were wrong. You were never wrong. You didn't do wrong things. You know what I'm saying? We just learned lessons. We gathered information and then we pivot, right? So we're being put in a place of leadership again. And so I feel like Spirit wants you to be really clear. And so you may be in a little bit of avoidance, kind of like doing things that maybe they're even productive things, maybe you're cleaning more often, or maybe you're, I don't know, reorganizing and all of those things, in avoidance of doing the actual tasks that will get you where you want to go, So, excuse me, confirmation burp. Okay, so when I'm saying silence, I got logged out my damn Spotify account, and I've had my Spotify account since I was 18. And I actually had such a brief thought that came through my head about that a couple of days ago, because I was thinking how I wanted to refresh my playlist. I wanted to just go. I really love music, and so it's been a while since I really just dove into new music. Every once in a while when I hear new songs that I like, or somebody sends me something or something, I'm adding it to my playlist, right? But I feel like I was just thinking that, and then the random thought came into my head about, oh my God, what if all my music was gone? And it's like restarting a playlist, you know what I'm saying? Restarting something. And then I got logged out my Spotify account, and it's not connecting to my Facebook account. It's not connecting to, I'm using my old emails. It's not getting in there. I had to message support, and that's how serious I am, because I'm going to recover my account. Okay. But it also kind of brought me to the metaphor of being new music, new frequency, new vibes, new everything, do I really want it back? And I'm like, yes, I want it back. But also bringing forth the metaphor of like, do we want old frequencies back? I think having my music, you know, is a little bit different, but the metaphor is coming up the same. But, you know, I'm feeling like also a message around, because they did actually, when I messaged support, I saw, they were like, is this email associated with your account? And I did not recognize that email. And I was like, ooh, the message of like a little bit of destiny swapping kind of came out about like people, there's like an energy around the collective of, how do I explain it? It's like an envy, but envy is truly just a desire, you know what I'm saying? And some people don't know how to work with that energy and transmute it into inspiration. Some people will literally send you kind of like evil eye type of thing. And it's like the swapping of frequency, you know what I'm saying? So be careful, again, who you're talking to about certain things, who you're sharing your plans with, who you're allowing in your circle, because some people, you may be doing the thing that they want to do. And while they may come off as supportive, and I see 666 on the thing, you know what I'm saying? 666, join the chat. It's like reworking your thoughts or being like aware of that space in between what's in the light. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what 666 represents, is the dark matter. So it's like the things that you're not seeing, you may be picking up. And you may be picking up people that are viewing you and they're feeling these feelings. You're triggering people. Maybe triggering people with your own leadership skills, you know what I'm saying? And your decisiveness and that Aries energy again. And so that could be something that's kind of just in your sphere. So let's see. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, higher beings of light and unconditional love, divine mother, divine father, Holy Spirit. What are the best and highest messages for this collective? Like I said, this will be posted on YouTube if you can't stay. If you are seeing this on YouTube, thank you for being here. I hope that you choose to join the collective by, you know, liking, subscribing to the channel, because when you subscribe, I'm allowed to like tap into your energy that much more, you know, because you'll be a part of my collective. So let's see. The messages will get more specific to you. Nourishment. We have nourishment coming out. We have Angel Isda and Carnelian. So you might want to work with Carnelian right now. This is number 10. Angel number 444. I get one more. You see how they're flying out? I love it when they just Tiger Spirit Rises. Archangel Adnakiel and Tiger's Eye. So number 13 as well. And this is Crystal Angel number 444 as well. So we have some deep colors. This is definitely giving fire energy. So, like I said, we were kind of mentioning we have unconditional trust here with Mother Mary as well. Ooh, something just came to mind. My friend, she sent me this quote from Threads that said something about masculine rage or masculine anger ruined the world, but feminine rage will save it. Something like that. That's kind of what I'm picking up. Knowing what to do with your anger. That's been a topic of conversation because anger is so potent. And I always say, like, when we look at the emotional scale, if we look at, like, there's like a chart of like scale of emotions from frequency, and the lowest like vibrating ones is like depression, like it gives like stagnancy, you know, it's like you can't move. And then like to get out of that, like to rise on the scale, there's anger like right above that. And so when you are not liking, when you're feeling stuck in something, it's better to be angry than be depressed about it. You know what I'm saying? Because anger is a catalyst for change. Anger is going to put a fire under your ass to change something, to say something. You know what I'm saying? So knowing what to do with your anger and not misplacing it, not putting it on somebody else, because you're giving your power away by allowing somebody to make you angry, because nobody can make you anything. You allow that. You know what I'm saying? You may feel a visceral reaction, but you don't have to put that back on another person. You know what I'm saying? That you're in control of where you direct that energy. And usually anger, from what I've seen, is that it's an indicator that a boundary was crossed, even if that boundary hasn't necessarily been voiced or said yet, or maybe it's not come to your awareness. And that is where your shadow comes. And this is where this anger rises. The shadow is the most unconditionally loving part of yourself, meaning that it's incredibly selfish, you know, like, which means that it puts you first. When your shadow comes up and it's showing that it's pointing out to you that a boundary has been crossed, it's saying, hey, what about us? What about me? You know what I'm saying? What about us? You know? And so when you're not putting yourself first, your shadow will start to act the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to pay attention to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You need to pay attention to how you're feeling. Are you actually getting anything out of this? You know what I'm saying? What is the actual give and the take? Or is somebody just taking from you? You know what I'm saying? If that is the case, then setting the boundary is how you use that anger appropriately. But when you start to push that anger onto someone else because they overcrossed or overstepped a boundary that they maybe didn't even know existed because you didn't use your voice, then that becomes where you're giving your power away. You know what I'm saying? You're not actually just setting the boundary and using that energy to, like, cultivating that energy again, gathering that energy and getting moving forward. You're choosing to entertain or stay in that stuck energy. You're not elevating on the emotional scale. Does that make sense? So, let's see. What area of life could this be affecting? What area of life does this collective need to step up and be a leader in their own life, take their power back? We have Scorpio in 7th house popping out. We have water element, again, Scorpio energy. We have Cancer, I feel. So it could be where, and then we have part of fortune and life's purpose. Beautiful. And then Mother Mary. So we have Cancer popping out. Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. So you said you're a Scorpio. See, this reading might be just for you. You know what I'm saying? But Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. And we have Mother Mary coming out here as well on the bottom of the deck. It feels like what you may be experiencing, we have 7th house partners as well. Like, so what you may be experiencing on an individual level in your life, it's also just kind of side note that this is the same mirrored transformation that is happening on a collective level. That rage that you might feel, that overstepping of boundaries, it's also kind of giving the same kind of energy is being reflected in like Mother Nature kind of thing. Like, I think this is to also validate your individual experience in the way that you're actually in sync, that you're not doing anything wrong, that you feeling this way is an isolated experience. It's not. But I also feel like it's kind of coming out that as you are in alignment with the collective energy in this way, you're also helping the collective energy in this way. And I feel like it's being worded this way to me because some people have a hard time doing what's best for themselves, but they have a really easy time doing it for other people or the collective, or in being of service in that way. And if you can't do it for yourself, which you should be, you know what I'm saying? You should be putting yourself first. And trust me, it's a journey to get to that point of understanding that you come first. Because it's so funny. My dad, growing up, he always told me, You know, the one comes before the two. The one comes before the two. The same saying of like, you got to put your air mask on, or your thing in the airplane. You know what I'm saying? You have to put your mask on first before helping other people. I literally have it tattooed on me right here in Arabic. Love yourself first. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a lifelong journey to understand that and actually cultivate the actions that reflect that. But this is what it's kind of giving. It's giving that the feminine, this sacred rage is coming up, because there have been boundaries that have been crossed. Where you have to keep yourself accountable is the prompting is to create the boundary, right? If you created the boundary, use that sacred rage in another way to create the life that you want to live, to move yourself into a direction where you can actually align with the connections that you want to be in. This is potent. Like I said, it's potent energy to use. And like I said, it's gonna, we have part of fortune and North Node's life purpose. You know, it's uncomfortable, but it's going to increase it's gonna bring you higher up on the emotional scale of your frequency. If you want to stay, basically you're being presented with an option. Yeah, Sagittarius fell on the ground. There's expansion here. There's more understanding of how the world works, of a new belief system as well. Also, Sag, like, let's not forget, Sag is like half beast. You know what I'm saying? Sagittarius, they're certified crash out too. You know what I'm saying? They really are. So, and then we have Neptune on the bottom of the deck. So don't allow this beautiful energy that can be used to expand, that fire energy that can set you onto a new track, a new direction, be disillusioned by your emotions. I feel like with Cancer also can be hella passive aggressive, you know what I'm saying, and wanting somebody to feel the way that they feel. You know, so then it becomes like you are giving your power away by not using your emotions as a guidance system, and you're trying to get somebody else to see things from your perspective, or rather than rising on this emotional scale, you're wanting to bring someone to your point on the emotional scale so that they have some understanding of you or something. But that is, again, we have Tiger Spirit rises. We're trying to elevate. We're trying to get ourselves out of this. You know what I'm saying? And anger is supposed to be used as a stepping stone to get yourself out of a stuck situation, to catalyze change, and then to move forward, keep moving up the emotional scale. You might want to look into that. I don't know exactly what it's called, but maybe just looking up emotional scale or something like that, like therapy, emotional frequencies or something like that. You'll find like what comes after anger, because it's not like coming to the top of my head right now, but what can you look forward to? What other emotions can you look forward to than being stuck in this shit? Okay. And this is promising because we do have part of fortune. We have North Node, life's purpose. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it's promising. Okay. Let's see if we can get some more messages, details. Let's go with these. And I'd just like to say, if you'd like a personal reading, you know, they can only be booked through atouchofvenus.com. Anybody else reaching out to you is not me, okay? It's not me. I will never do that. So atouchofvenus.com is the only place you can book a reading. We have confusion. You're not confused, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what's... This reading will clarify any confusion that you may have. You're not confused. Confusion is a choice. The Hood Healer, one of my favorite readers, she done said over and over again for years now, confusion at this point is a choice. Because we have access to so much information. Not only do you have access to information, but if you are in alignment with spirit and in tune with spirit, there will be things that are presented to you that will not allow you to be confused. You choose to be confused. You know what I'm saying? Because you choose to ignore your intuition. That's what really, that is, again, why your shadow will pop out to be like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really going on? We have expansion. And I like that there is this, like, it's air energy. It's what you're allowing to happen in your mind. It's like this merry-go-round that you're allowing to happen in your mind that keeps you stuck. And this is where we have the fire contrasting that air energy. If we have too much wind, air, it will put the flame out. You know what I'm saying? So this is how we end up getting stuck. The flame is trying to put a fire in your ass to make a move, make a decision, get away from people, things, places that are keeping you in this overly, this is fucking annoying. I'm going to start doing my live somewhere else because TikTok, it's always saying that I don't do my live disclosure. I always have it on. But look at this. Confusion is an air energy all around here. And then we have this, like, spirit guide is kind of just like whispering. You know what I'm saying? If you're experiencing anxiety or discomfort in your body based off of the merry-go-round that your thoughts got you on right now, Spirit is saying your intuition is a whisper. It's silent. Again, silence was coming through at the beginning of the reading. It's found in silence. If you're feeling like you keep, like, listening to music, listening to readings, keeping yourself on this merry-go-round where you're not allowing yourself to listen to yourself, then I feel like Spirit is, I never say that the Spirit team is frustrated, but I feel like you're frustrated. You know what I'm saying? You're getting frustrated, because you're doing it to yourself, dissipating. Low key, it says dissipating, but low key, I was feeling disappointment. You're feeling disappointed in yourself. And it's like, because you have all this beautiful, like, solar plexus energy that you're really wanting to explore, it feels like, with all of this yellow here. It's like but then it's like every time that you have an opportunity to go do something new, or this could be energy that you're picking up on from somebody else, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're watching you and they're disappointed in their own decisions. And there's like a weird, I don't know, it gives like a weird envy, but inspiration, but envy kind of feeling. But, and I don't know, it's just, be careful of that. We have impartiality. Don't let it bother you because that's their problem. You know what I'm saying? But it's about bringing yourself back into balance always. You know what I'm saying? Always taking like that level-headed path, once that we have workaholic in the reverse. That's interesting. What I'm picking up on is that the anger that rises is to get you to take an action, and then you're able to come back to a neutral space. Really question, what is your motivation behind certain actions? What's your motivation for creating certain things? What is your motivation for having certain conversation? What is your motivation? Like, really get to the root of what are your emotions trying to teach you right now or tell you about yourself right now? We have acceptance, and then we have isolation. There's an invitation. There's something that is waiting for you. It's interesting because we have isolation here. This, like, I don't know, this blue figure or whatever. It has like a little hand and it has a ticket that says invitation. There's something that's waiting for you to decide to level up, basically. There's also this energy of accepting where you are and starting with what you have. But I feel like because you're feeling disappointment, or this person, these people around you are feeling disappointed, they're not accepting their own invitation. It feels like they look at you like a golden ticket, or this is the energy that you're in. You look at somebody else like a golden ticket, and that there's something that you can latch onto, but you're not actually doing the work. We have guilt. Guilt, shame, feeling like, again, disappointed. It's these lower chakra centers, the solar plexus, sacral, and the root, are really being affected by this lack of acceptance and disappointment in some actions. I don't know if this is you or if this is another person, but it feels like there's not a willing, like it's I'm getting a frustrated energy because this person isn't understanding what they're doing wrong, but they're not accepting there's something that their emotions are trying to show them, and it feels like it's coming up through anger and disappointment and all of these things, but this person is just they keep like putting it outside of themselves, and it's like, no, the call is coming from in the house. You know what I'm saying? That is why it's showing up this way. You know what I'm saying? It's your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not anybody else's emotions. We have grief. We have guilt, grief, isolation, disappointment, dissipating, confusion. Like, damn, this is not a good energy. Impatience. But then you want something to change. You have to allow yourself to climb up that emotional scale first. And if you're feeling these lower vibrational energies, and that's not to say, or again, put something to rest. We have completion here. Something died. You know what I'm saying? Some connection, something was a catalyst for this change that's in your life or in another person's life that you're connected to. They're experiencing heavy emotions, or you're experiencing heavy emotions, okay? This collective. There's a lack of acceptance about this ending because they're going through what feels like the stages of grief. We have grief, we have guilt, we have, confusion, and these are all lower frequency emotions. And again, not to say that they're better or whatever. It's like, but you have to allow yourself to get to disappointment, or like to get to anger. You know what I'm saying? Because that is going to get you at least out of this hole where you're kind of like, it's giving depression. You know what I'm saying? It's giving lack of energy. We have despondence and complacency. Yeah, I feel like this collective, I don't know if it's you or if it's somebody that's watching you, but we have complacency. They're disappointed by the fact they're not making forward movement. They're not understanding why they're not making forward movement, but it seems like they're kind of stuck in a low frequency. They're not understanding the emotional signals that their higher self is giving them at the moment, and they're looking at somebody that is more free. Maybe they're looking at people on social media or something, but it's like they're keeping themselves stuck in this cycle. And I don't know if you can see how this like person looks, but there's an Empress. It looks like the Empress is even a part of this person's spirit team and being like, look, there's expansion. You know what I'm saying? But it feels like there's this disappointment. Again, they can't move forward, or they're not allowing themselves to move forward. They're allowing themselves to stay. We have impasse in the reverse. They refuse to see that they're at a crossroads right now. They refuse to accept certain things about their life right now. They have quest in the reverse. Well, it kind of fell out. It fell in the reverse, but then when it fell, it showed itself in the reverse. When it fell upright. So it's like this impasse has been presented what feels like by a masculine, because we literally have the two things. Empaths, but they didn't want to see that. So, okay, they didn't accept that. Now it's like, okay, quest, same position, same energy, but it looks like it's being presented by an elder, by maybe another influence, you know, in their life, but it seems to be feminine. So maybe this person is more open to feminine energy than they are masculine energy. But we have victim coming out here again. If this is not the collective, this is the invitation for the collective to take a step back from this person, because this is not energy that you can help somebody out of, really. They have to realize what they're doing to themselves. And if you allow yourself to get sucked into this energy, you will sink to their frequency. We have passion. They have to, and we have prayer. I feel like the best thing that you could do for this person, if this is not you collective, if this is you collective, I feel like passion, you need to focus on your passions. You need to start to ignite your fire again. Again, nourish yourself. We have nourishment. We have tiger spirit rises. Give yourself space, rest. It feels like you're going through stages of grief, which means that you're not in the place of taking action. So stop making yourself feel bad about if you're not taking action, and especially don't put your emotions on somebody else that is taking action, or misplacing your anger and your guilt and your all these other things that you're feeling. You know, that's not fair, you know. But if you're not this person, the best thing that you can do is pray for them and hope that they come to awareness, that they have clarity, you know, because what you're not going to do is slow this, what feels like this person, the Empress, down. You know what I'm saying? No. Let's see. Crystal. The crystal messages. Oh, these are the angel messages. Deep emotional healing. Deep emotional healing. Deep emotional healing. Your heart is ready to heal from the past experiences, and if you are willing to devote time and energy towards therapeutic care. This collective may need to get back into therapy. This like collective, or, you know, I don't know if it's, again, I'm picking up on two. It may be somebody like in the collective's energy, or it could be the collective, whatever. Take it as it resonates. But this feels like, especially with this deep blue energy, you may need an outlet. You may need someone to talk to. We have heightened intuition. Be extra aware of your inner knowingness, as it is trustworthy. So again, progress, not perfection. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. So again, this collective, I could be reading for the person that you might be looking at other people that are doing what you want to do, or seem to have the energy that you want to have, or, you know, and it's like giving misplaced emotions. And it's like, again, I feel like you need to be in silence when you have time alone. You may need to speak to somebody, get like professional help, you know what I'm saying? And find someone that aligns with your values and your belief systems. You know what I'm saying? Like, find a therapist that is into spirituality. You know, find a Reiki healer if you feel like you need like help moving some energy that you don't understand, you know, like energetic blockages. Or I feel like even if you wanted to go alternative, you know what I'm saying? Like go to somebody that could help with like past life regression, something like that, where, stress reduction. De-stress your mind, body, and schedule, as you need rest to recharge and revive. So yes, you are going through what feels like a grief cycle. You know what I'm saying? You might be going through or processing like this death portal energy that we're like the collective is kind of starting to come out of, or again, people go through different stages at different times. And it feels like this collective, you feel things deeply. We had Cancer come out, like deeply. But it can also be hella passive aggressive if you're not processing your emotions. You know what I'm saying? So it really feels like you need a healthy outlet for those. We have purification and detoxification. It's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. And then we also have revealing your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved for who you truly are. I feel like at the root of all of this, let yourself sparkle and shine. This is what I was just about to say. At the root of all this collective, it feels like, again, the invitation with the tuxedo thing. It's like you want to do something that you're seeing somebody else doing. You may be observing people on social media, kind of beating yourself up as to why you're not doing certain things, not putting yourself in the position to attract certain opportunities or allowing yourself to apply to certain things, have those conversations, put yourself out there because you're still processing something. And instead of allowing yourself to just process that thing and be honest about the feelings that you're feeling so that they can direct you, like appropriately, rather than allowing that, you are beating yourself up and comparing yourself to someone else and their position in life. You need to get off social media. You know what I'm saying? You need to stop watching tarot readings. As much as I want to say like, oh, go book a reading with me, you need to stop doing that. If this is the energy that is resonating with you, you need to find healthy outlets and not just gossiping on the phone or talking to your friends. Like, you need really like deep healing, deep like space, you know what I'm saying, to feel and to allow yourself to feel things without eyes on you, because what you're really wanting is to be witnessed by yourself. You want to witness yourself right now. If you're in this space of deep emotional healing and you're not understanding why you're not moving in the direction that you want to be moving into as quickly as you'd like to, and that's turning into beating yourself up internally, there's parts of yourself that is wanting to be witnessed before you allow yourself to be witnessed on a grand scale by other people. So, yeah, that is the advice. Let me get one more because I'm still shuffling apparently. So, life-changing epiphany or experiences. It's a time of big and blessed change for you, and God is supporting you each step of the way. So, forgiveness heals is on the bottom of the deck. Time to release repressed anger as it is blocking your health and happiness. Anger is not an easy emotion to work with because we haven't been taught like the healthiest outlets for that, especially if you're a woman. And I do feel like I am talking to a feminine collective because we have Mother Mary coming out, we have Cancer coming out. But it is the catalyst for change. And so even explaining it, even talking about it is difficult a little bit for me because I feel like we've been taught that anger isn't palatable. So I think that the feminine collective in general is reworking how they view anger and where they should put that anger and how to use it, But I do feel like, again, that this is reflective of like the collective energy in general, the outrage that it feels like the Divine Mother is feeling. You may be also picking up on that as well. And that's an invitation to start learning how to healthily, express your anger. And maybe that's also where you can get professional advice for that, because if you're really dealing with like rage issues that you're not allowing yourself to express, that means that it's getting stuck in those lower frequency emotions of depression, sadness, grief, disappointment, all of these things, So that is the advice. Let me get some affirmations for you. Because I feel like this collective just needs a big hug. And low-key needs to go to a rage room. You know what I'm saying? Go to a rage room. Get into some weightlifting. Do something to move that emotion. Move it around. Because if after setting the boundary with people or whatever the thing may be arising for you and you're still feeling that lingering, there's more there. And it needs to be moved out of the body. So we have, all that I need is coming to me in ways I could never have imagined. We have, creativity flows from me. I am a divine creator. And we have, when I move my body, I feel empowered, cleansed, and strong. And then we also have, all that I love is more important to me than all that I fear. Let me get one more. 4, 5, 4. Uno más. Uno más. Uno más. I am a light worker in disguise. I do not have to talk about it. I can just be it. Again, the invitation to be, you know, silent, to just be in your power, to allow yourself to be here in the human experience and have human emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may be a light worker, you may be a healer, but you may also experience anger. You may also be pissed off about something. You also have the responsibility with higher level consciousness to move through that in a healthy way. Okay, so that is your reading. If you'd like to book a personal, if you would like to dive deeper into this and see exactly how this may be affecting you or what area of life and all of those things, they can only be booked on atouchofvenus.com. But yeah, I hope that you have a beautiful day. Take some time to yourself in silence. Get grounded. Go put your feet on the grass. Go hug a tree. All the beautiful things. Okay.